Well, starting to climb up hills now. That's why they call it the knobs. If you're cold to this point, you won't be now. I'm solo hiking in Knob State Forest. Just had a kind of a gray day, and it's not too many weeks before Christmas, and it's a good day to go out in Knob State. It's not a very good place to hike in the winter time. Summertime when there's just too many ticks and just too many briars and brambles. If you ever come out here and you haven't been out here before, it's kind of strange to get here. You pass right by on the interstate, but you have to go either get off at the Bernheim exit and go north on 61, or get off at Lebanon Junction and go north. I'm actually coming up from Lebanon Junction right now, so we're almost to the turnoff up here. In fact, the knob you see off there, right there in front of us there, that's actually part of Knob State. I'm going to be doing the northern section today, kind of somewhat on trail, somewhat off trail, because I've got a couple of caches that it's going to take me a few off trails in order to get from one to the other. So we'll get back with you at the trailhead. As you come in, it turns into a rock road here. And you'll see the first parking lot over here on the right. Everything from this road south is pretty much Knob State. There's a few private areas in here. This is the first parking area here. This is where you have access to the yellow trail. And I'll meet back up to you. We're going to go up here to a little creek crossing to go into the second parking lot. Okay, as you can see, we're at the water crossing. That's why I say have a vehicle that you're not too worried about dragging on the bottom, because it's a little bumpy and roaded out a little bit. But if you take it easy, it's pretty decent. The water's not very high at all today. I'm seeing a lot more water than this in here. Get down. This is the road running down this way. And Bun Run has a cache here, probably about 100 feet away. I just wondering, at some point I got to cross the creek. I got somewhat waterproof boots on, but hopefully we don't have to get in too wet. So anyway, I'll find his cache, and then I'll move on back down this road here, and then down to where the gate is. And just before the gate, there's a place that cuts up there. And it used to be the trailhead for the old red trail, but they don't maintain the red trail anymore. So I'm going to kind of take a backtracking or a bushwhacking way through there. I know a ridge line that I usually take, so we'll get back to you when we get there. Okay, we're down here. We're going to cut in. This is the end. I guess the gate's on around the corner just a little bit, but this is where you go in. And like I said, they've got this well marked with no parking. It used to be really nice. You could just drive down here, park on the side, but we're trying to keep them guys happy since they let us geocache. So we'll park down there and walk this way. So anyway, this is where this trail starts. It goes in here. First cache I'm going to is Meows Cache, Knob State Forest, better than an amusement park. This time of year, I'll definitely agree with that. So we'll see how good that cache is. It's right up on that ridge. Like I say, we're going to start in here. This used to be the red trail entrance. It goes in and branches. The red trail goes down in the valley here and then turns up through another valley. We're going to turn off this trail not too far into it. There's a few trails that go off to the east that they're kind of not very well maintained. Let's see if we can do this crossing without falling in or getting too wet. Looks like it'd be all right. We'll get back with you when we get up north toward that next cache. Okay, we did Knob State Forest, better than an amusement park, and we just came back up on the ridge. It's going to show you the lay of the land. I'm hearing a lot of scrambling. There's like a bunch of deer down the valley here. Anyway, we're up on this ridge that came up to here, and you'll see over here, I have one called, I think Northside Overlook. It's up on top of this hill over here. And there's a little gap right down through here, and we're heading over toward that gap. The old red trail runs just below us here, and it's pretty hard to go on. So what I'm going to do is go down this trail, and I'm going to run into private property, so I'm going to have to skirt that private property around to that gap. Next cache is actually near that gap, and I believe it's something like Christmas fudge or something like that, which I'd love to have some Christmas fudge right now, but I don't think there'll be any waiting for me. So anyway, I think that's where we're heading off to, and we'll get back with you when we get over that way. I'm skirting along the property line here, and it would be much easier if I could get over there by the ridge line, but it's really not good to do that because you're on private property, and right up too far there I could actually see a blind, and they actually have a feeding station there. It looks like they're feeding deer and drawing them up and through there so they can shoot at them. So probably best to stay on this side of the line. Still probably won't make a lot of noise like I am right now, so don't have my orange on, but this is really not hunting season right now. Bow season, I think, until the 20th. So gotta make sure that we're seen. That's okay with that. So this does a little rough for hiking because you have to go through all this brush. Along this fence line, though, there is a place where, you know, they've kind of kept this property line clear at certain times, so there's somewhat of a, not really a trail, but it's kind of beat down a little bit. And we're getting there, ready to get to an area that got hit by a bunch of high winds it's probably been 5 years ago or more. Maybe longer than that. But anyway, there's a lot of downfalls here. It kind of gets a little rough in this area. That's why the red trail was tore up so bad, is that this area right here was hit so hard that you couldn't really make out where the red trail was anymore. So, and back there's that blind I was telling you about, right over there. Right over there, like I say, here I am on the Knob State side. And like I said, that's private property, so you try to stay over on this side. There could be somebody in there, I couldn't tell. We'll cut over here and see if we can't find what's left of the red trail. Make our way back up to this valley. Okay, finally up on the saddle. This is still the red trail, and this is the saddle. There's the one high knob there. I just came out through that valley. I did Christmas fudge. It was just down there. That one just about kicked my butt. Been probably at least a half hour on that one. Just a lot of places to look, and I found it. It was actually in pretty good shape, so that was good. Sun's actually come out now. I'm a little bit after noon. My goal is to turn around when I get to 1 o'clock. But my next cache is 0.35 away by the way the crow flies, but I have to go down this ridge right here, down the ridge, go down kind of south, and then come back up north. It's a pretty long haul. I would say it's probably 3/4 of a mile one way. It's maybe more than that. And this is where humpbacks of Knob State is, and this cache here is my cache, so I'll show you where it's at. No big deal. If you want to get off this far, you're welcome. And there it is, right there. You can see that right there. It's the hook. Kind of neat little hiding place there. It's been out here for a long time. Actually, it was lost for a year because I had the coordinate wrote down somewhere and didn't find it for a year. And I thought, oh well, I'll post it. So there it is. I forgot how beautiful this area was. I'm up near Vertex Knob. We got all these nice little ridge lines. There's Vertex Knob right there. I have a cache over here on this hill. What I'm heading to is down this little edge right here, kind of over in this area. So you see the view I have from here. This is looking back toward I-65, which runs
way out in the valley there, but you can't see it. I have a cache over here called Knob State Overlook, and over this way I've got a cache on this hill over here called Sunset Overlook, and it's just a great place to be this time of year. There's so much canopy over this area that the ground is just almost bare, and so there's no trail here, but it doesn't really need it because it's nice ridge lines you can walk. I'll get with you after I find this cache. Ooh, finally made it to my last cache. There's the signature. And I'm way out here in the middle of nowhere. The sunshine I had earlier is starting to go away, and it's starting to have those clouds move in that we're supposed to have this rain this afternoon. So I'm approaching 2 o'clock now. I'm hoping I can get out of here before that rain gets here. I think I can, but right now I'm just trying to figure out how to get out of here, because coming over to this cache, I had to go through all kinds of thick leaves, and I slide every 3 steps. It's a tough one to get. As much as I'd like to explore new territory, I'm back up on these ridge lines below Vertex Knob. It looks like the weather's starting to move in, so I'm gonna try my best to get out here as quick as I can. I'm not gonna go to the orange trail. I'm gonna basically follow this ridge line down the valley, on the base of that hill, back on the red trail, back out to the road, and walk the road out to my car. I think that's the quickest way to get back. It's just a tad after 2 o'clock now, so if I make it by 3, I'll feel pretty good about it. So here I go. Bye. Okay, it's about 3 o'clock. Just about to the car. Car's right down around a bend, and we're right over there. So we made it back just a little after 3. Some final stats. We left at 10:45 and a little over 4 hours hiking. Looks like we're right at 5.62 miles. So let's just call it 5.5 miles. Started this morning about 39 degrees, got up to about 57, and now we're down to back 48 again. So actually almost a little too warm to hike the knobs, but it was a good day. It's supposed to rain it all today, and note the rain's just now. We haven't hit it yet, but it's supposed to hit here in another hour or so. Yeah, this has been a good little hike. So I'd recommend anytime you get to the Knob State in the wintertime, it's a great place to be. I'm just waiting for a good snowstorm to come out here. Next time I hope to go to the south side and do some cache replacements on the south side. There's some really interesting canyons and areas over on the south side. So next time I do a video, I'll try to do one on the south side. So that's all I got for today. Hope you enjoyed it.